Aaron Rodgers says that this might be his last game, which is really, really sad because I don't want to see that happen. But everything in Jet World is a disaster right now. And they can turn a season that Aaron Rodgers actually, when you look at his numbers, was it 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, almost a 70% completion percentage. The man is having a really good season. But when you listen to New York fans, Aaron Rodgers is terrible. He's the reason why we're losing. Really? Last time I checked, the Jets blew 6 fourth quarter leads.
Facts.
It has nothing to do with the quarterback. It has to do with your defense.
Yo, Beth, that shit crazy. $2025. We are here. Welcome to the new year. Welcome to the All Even podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. You can catch me on Instagram and X at All Even Podcast. You can listen to the show on Podbeam as well as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can go to TikTok at All Even Media. I'm all over the place. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend because the page is growing. I haven't said this in many weeks. Claw.
Hey.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Finally came to fucking work.
That's it. You got a nice haircut.
Don't compliment me.
Very well.
I had a haircut and you look like a fucking hobo. What's up?
Been under a rock for a little while. Jet season went, down to the shitter. But I'm happy to be here.
You weren't here for a lot of Jet Watch. I don't know if you saw, but a lot happened.
I was watching.
A lot happened, Still on the fence about where I'm going to decide to go next season, but I'm leaning one way.
What I'm hearing, the streets, I'll wait for it. But, I just want everybody, in studio. You guys have been working hard. I want to salute you guys. I'm so happy to be here back at Allen Podcast. You guys are...
That's violation. Don't do that. Shout Zelensky.
Shit is so great to be back home. And appreciate you guys for accepting me back.
Who accepted you back? Maybe the silent assassin did.
Whatever. I'll take it.
I didn't accept you.
You accept me
I
back?
am just... You're here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we got it. See, that's all that matters. I bring the Michelobes, bro. Man, that's it. Michelob, just give us a deal. Work it out. We'll talk to Nick and try to figure some shit out. But,
Shouts to Nick.
Shouts to Nick. So let's make it happen.
Yeah. Phil's in the building.
How you doing?
Good. You come over here looking like old queens. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like the brown hoodie, the brown, like New York Yankee fit. Bro,
that shit is mad papoose though.
Bro, very Rosedale, bro.
Wait.
Like,
first of all, it's a Mets hat.
My bad.
From Queens.
You all respect.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
But you look good.
Thank you, man. I love brown in this season.
Yeah.
I think it looks amazing.
It's a new year. We have a lot to be thankful for. I hope everybody had a great New Year's. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Silent Assassin, how are you? How was your Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, pretty good. Just with my family, so.
Yeah?
Time, yeah.
What'd you do?
Christmas. I don't really do Christmas. I do Christmas Eve. Went to my brother's house.
Yeah. So
a lot of people there. And then New Year's Eve, my other brother just went over. We watched Goodfellas and made gingerbread houses.
Oh, that's fact. I like that.
That's
See, the first part of that I didn't like with the crowd. I don't like crowds.
Yeah.
I don't do crowd. Like, if there's one thing on Christmas I don't want to do is have a whole bunch of people that I'm rubbing shoulders with. I even if it's family, like, I gotta find a reason to not be there. Just got off of COVID. Like, maybe I don't have to be there. Like, that's what I want. Distance is always good.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
There's no better day than staying home
on
Christmas. I haven't done that shit in forever.
Listen, I had to do it this year.
I hate it. Like, Thanksgiving is for traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
not really, though.
Not really.
But, like, usually it is.
It's acceptable to travel. I understand what you're saying.
Go to that house.
Yeah.
Christmas is supposed to be, I'm taking pictures of these fucking pajamas. I'm staying in these shits all day.
Yeah. Like, you woke
till
up.
tomorrow, technically.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
Facts. Like you're not changing until you gotta go back to work.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
This shit is trash.
Yeah, I love it.
What y'all do for Hanukkah?
I did nothing. Silent assassin.
No, she didn't do anything.
Didn't answer. She didn't want to answer.
She doesn't celebrate.
Listen, and then New Year's, right? Listen, I want to poll the room. I don't give a damn about
Yo,
New
watch
Year's.
your mouth, boy. Yo, we not starting.
I said I want to poll the room.
No, that's crazy, boy. You need to do better. Yo, we starting
Listen,
the year off clean.
You can't do that. As we in
That was
2025. I want to
nasty.
ask the room a question.
All right, cool. Very well.
Like, do we really care about New Year's Eve? In regards to like doing something or going to somebody's house or having some big party, is that is that still a thing? Y'all still do that? Phil?
Nah, it's not a thing anymore.
Not a thing,
I
right?
think when you were younger, it was cool.
But
Yeah.
Your man used to do it though.
Yeah.
Your man.
Who?
We still reminisce about it.
We still reminisce about your
we hit
man.
each other up and be like, "Yo, you remember back then we used to do those?"
Who?
Your man. Jovito.
I mean, listen,
It was legendary,
Margarita
bro.
Poppy. Yo,
You know
he
him.
used to. I think they still do it.
He still do
They
it.
don't. I
They don't
hit
do
him.
it no more?
I hit him 20. It ended 2020.
Respect that.
Yeah,
Respect
respect
that.
Well, you know what also came in 2020?
Yeah.
Pause.
But
Yeah,
what a
end
good
of
time. But
2020.
yo, I'm talking about that shit used to be. If you had nothing going on,
Oh, it was an event.
yo,
I was
you
about
was
to
in
be
that.
there.
You was in that shit till the morning.
Bro,
Yeah.
forget that. Like, that was the thing to do, bro. Because you could have your New Year's with your family chill.
facts.
And then go there and go party,
you could
yeah.
dip and leave and go party.
Till like
bro.
7 o'clock.
Yo,
Fire.
and you didn't have to drive too far. You just walk. If you
Facts.
wanted to. If you was feeling brazy, you did it.
Fact.
It was a good time.
Now that was that, but I'm talking about like now we pushing 40. Like, is that still a thing?
People do shit. I think you know what it is. It's the crib turn up, but it's calmer. It just depends on the crib setup. Like
Got it.
how you vibe in your house is how you vibe and what you like to do, and that's really what it turns into. Going outside and all. I think all that shit is dead because New York is dead. New York isn't what it was when it came down to going outside and shit like that. People still do the 42nd Street, but
That's
I've
for the,
never-
that's,
I've
that's for
never
the
done
tourists,
it.
bro.
yeah, I would
That's for the
never do that
tourists.
shit. Like
I've been in
where-
New York my whole life.
Never
They
done
ain't
it.
no reason to go down there.
on that day, it's so cold,
Yeah.
bro. Like if this shit was in the summer, yo, we be outside. I ain't gonna hold you. Nutcrackers, everybody lit.
Actually,
Yeah.
this year, the weather wasn't bad. It was just that it rained. It was
You're
like,
right, exactly.
It was like 50 degrees out. That's
Fucking
not bad.
lightning.
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
Yo, it was thundering out
Yo, people still wearing diapers in the soaking rain.
there. Nah,
Yeah,
that
bro,
was
it's
it.
Then buying ponchos. See that? I wish I was outside selling ponchos.
Yeah, of course.
Could have made a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't think about it
Didn't because I wasn't gonna go out there.
because he wasn't going.
For
Yeah.
no reason in my life.
You know, that's just my thing, man. Anybody out there partying, enjoying your New Year's, I'm not gonna knock you, but I just can't do it, man. I got this like old mentality where I'm just like, I'm not leaving my house, bro. Like me and my lovely fiance, we just dressed up in the house like we were going somewhere and took pictures like we went somewhere.
Typical.
Like, yeah, you use this wall right here so that nobody knows that we actually home. Like, use this random wall right
I ain't
here.
gonna hold you.
We lit.
The minute y'all get a grass wall, cutting you off.
It's a wrap.
With the neon? Fire.
Yeah.
With the neon
With
sign?
the neon
we
sign
don't do
on
that
the
shit,
grass
son.
wall, cutting y'all off.
You know what I mean?
Immediately on the blacklist.
So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find like, did you see that video with a dude, the African dude, fake like he was coming out of the helicopter? I'm gonna start doing shit like that.
That's mad.
Yeah. Fake like he was going out there and he
with
took
the-
mad video.
Fendi
With the
be
door
doing that
never
shit.
open.
Yeah, and door never open.
Yeah. Fendi do that shit all the time. Fendi's
start-
notorious
Yeah,
for
I'm
that
gonna start
shit.
doing some wild shit like that, just taking random pictures because that's what people do, right? You gotta fake it. Fake the happiness.
Fake the happiness.
Fake
is
the happiness.
crazy.
Listen, it's the different year, same me. I'm not changing nothing. I'm not changing nothing.
Just change your drawers, B.
Facts. I'm not changing nothing. No. I'm gonna be the same brazen, opinionated. I don't care. I don't care. I don't have to go ahead and I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do a couple push-ups at home. Be all right. That's it.
Little deadlifts.
No.
Why not?
No. Go with that. All of that changing stuff, it don't work.
We go to Castle Fitness though. Go get right.
I would go to Castle Fitness.
I might go.
He's
this
on
week.
like day 50. Respect
50,
him.
51 or some shit like that. My man doing them sets. Jail shit. I love it.
I go to Castle, but I ain't doing nothing else.
All right, cool.
I ain't doing nothing else.
Say that.
But yeah, it's, so lots to get into though. We have some big news in the NBA. The Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley, they look like they're about to have an ugly divorce. And listen, I have seen this coming for a long time, but we're going to talk about why. There's also, Lakers make a trade. There's a Kings issue as well. The Sacramento Kings are a mess. There's a lot of drama going on in the NBA right now. Like, NBA is boring as hell, but off the court, it's just lit. It's lit. The product on the court is garbage. But off the court, we getting a whole bunch of topics. Should Derrick Rose get his jersey retired? I'm going to have a discussion about that. Let's see what else. Jets watch. I'll talk a little Jets. See what Claw thinks about who they should hire as their general manager and head coach. Thoughts on the Saquon Barkley. I know your Giants fans are in here, but I'd like to get your opinions about what happened. Should he have gone for the record since he is your favorite player and all? Oh, it's sad. Brock Purdy. Is he worth the 60? Is he? We're going to discuss that. And who is your NFL MVP? I want to talk about that as well. Mets news. Me and the Silent Assassin got into it last week 2 weeks ago, because she was over here like, oh, we got to sign Pete. I said, no, we don't need to. Well, there's some updates there, and I can't wait to discuss it because the Mets look like they're on my side, and I love it. I love it. My irrelevant news of the week, and then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Now, before we get into all that, you, Claw, told me, I've been seeing memes for the last 5 hours, right? Claw's been sending me things. My friend Six has been sending me things. Shouts to Six. I'm just like, what is all this Gelo Ball stuff going on? Like, people talking about the song sounds like a wrestling thing. I'm like, what is this? So it's everywhere, right? I say, you know what? Go ahead and listen to the song. See what all the hype is about. It's trash. I don't care what nobody want to tell me.
That's hate. That's hate.
It's rubbish.
Whoa, that
It's
shit
rubbish.
hard. Son.
No, it's not.
Bro, that shit sound like the Hot Boys in 2005.
It wasn't. The Hot Boys was hot in 2005.
Big white tees. Everybody out there doing some, did it on the band, but now.
Cars real big.
That shit hard. I got money on the floor. Whoa. You hating, bro.
That's not good.
That's wild good.
No, it's not.
Do you know the climate of music right now?
I don't care about it.
Exactly. That shit good, B. Compared to everything else that we hearing,
you can
hear what he's saying.
So the bar is so low that this is good. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you that the bar is so low for him in life.
For everybody.
But him, it's even lower, but he did great.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, the only thing that I'm gonna give him credit for. Only thing I'm gonna give him credit for.
You had a kid, right?
Doesn't everybody?
That's hate. That's hate. That's wild hate, bro.
Doesn't everybody is a wild bar to say, bro.
Jesus Christ.
No, not everybody.
Yo, pull your shorts up, bro. Your shorts is crazy.
Yo, you gotta relax, okay? All I'm saying is that he did one thing right in his life. One thing. He was born into the right family because all he's done is fail up.
Wow.
He's failed up. Man, try to play basketball. It's like, oh, listen, my two brothers nice. Get me on. All right, cool. We give you a G League deal. You be able to see what's going on. Then they realize how bad he is. Like, you know what? We gotta cut you. We gotta cut you. Right? He went to UCLA. Right? He was there for a little bit. Went to what did he do? Steal the sunglasses. Yeah. Almost got held over there in China.
He was really like that though.
Listen. Just failed up. You got two brothers that are nice. That's it. That is your claim to fame. So listen, if your brothers are gonna go ahead and fund your rap career, go all out. Big timers, they do it.
And when you do it,
Get all the features, too. Get all the features. Get all of them.
yo, you put Sexy Red on the remix of
Get all of
them. That shit gonna go to the roof.
Listen, get all of it. Get all of it. And what's his name? The only tough thing about this whole thing is his name. G3. That's kind of fire.
That shit
That's
kind of fire.
fire.
And the name saw Tweakers or some shit like that. That shit hard. That shit rock. Yo, you hating, bro. You supposed to have the triple B tattoo and somewhere on your
Why
wrist
would
and
I
shit
have the
like
triple
that.
B
'Cause
tattoo?
you part of the family.
I don't have no triple B
Didn't you
attire
order them
or gear.
sneakers because he was a Laker?
Huh?
Didn't you order those sneakers because
I've
he was
never
a Laker?
ordered those sneakers.
That's hate. The first one.
Why would I order them Payless shoes?
That's wild.
It's the reason why the kid ain't got no career right now.
Brandon bullshit.
He's over here wearing those wearing those pro kids.
Brandon
Get them
Carbo.
shits out of here.
Yeah, that's hate.
Wearing those British Knights on your feet.
British Knights is sturdy. Have some respect.
Not
for British
now.
Knights. Not now.
It's nasty work. I understand that you want to build up your own brand, but at least get a good manufacturer. Don't get no cheap shit and then say, yo, son, you got to wear these. I'm not wearing these slippers.
Chinese slippers.
These are toe
That's
chilling
wild.
and ones. Remember the toe chilling and ones? They had no ankle support. They was just a slip-on shoe. Garbage. And yet people was out there playing ball in them, breaking their ankles.
You had them shits?
Hell yeah, I had them shit. You know how many times I sprained my trying to look like hot sauce? Garbage.
Oh my god, bro. What were the Dadas with the fucking rims
Dadas,
on
the
it?
Spreewells,
With the
the
rims
Chris
on them
Webbers,
shits?
with the
Oh
rims
my
on it.
God.
Come on, so what we
That
doing?
was so bad for the
What are
culture.
we doing? And even the Dadas was even better than
That's a
the
fact,
triple
yeah.
Bs.
Yeah. They had some sturdiness.
Yeah.
Them rims wasn't coming off.
The Dadas look like Reeboks. That's what
a
they look
fact,
like. You know
yeah.
how Reeboks look like? They was always like very like tough built, but they was ugly as shit.
Right.
Every Reebok you ever seen is ugly. These triple Bs just look like some toe chillers. It look like socks. It's terrible.
This is bad.
You know, there was a game I remember where the kid was wearing the shoes, right? Lonzo was wearing the shoes. At halftime, he had to change the shoes because he's like, yo, these shoes are about to explode on my feet. You remember when the Starberries came out? Listen, this is when the Starberries came out, everybody's like, yo, Marbury did his thing, right? That's dope. You giving back to the community, right? That's the positive side.
Right.
But we all know that when you come from Queens and you in the hood, nothing is ever really positive. Because when you do go to the park and your Starberries, they're going to be like, yo, go at him. He got a pair of Starberries on. At some point, they're going to slip off his feet.
Come on.
Like, come on. That's just the way it is.
That's a fact.
That's how we looked at triple Bs. Just go at him. They'll fall off his feet occasionally, every once in a while.
But the Zion foot exploded in the pair of Nikes.
Because Zion was like 400 pounds.
Not at that moment.
Yeah, he was. He was like 350 was that dude.
That shit exploded. Like that shit,
Yeah.
I never seen a sneaker explode.
I mean, you never seen a guy 350 on the court.
This is a fact.
So look at him now.
Yo, I feel like he's gonna do the harder no and get traded. And then be
No,
like,
you're gonna see him on Behind the Music. That's where you're gonna get one of those type of documentaries. Where are they now? Where are they now?
like Beat Baby.
Burger King is hiring.
Dang.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just I don't get it. I understand that maybe he wants to try a thing with this rap thing, but come on, man. Like the best thing for him would just be like, yo, I'ma just be an agent. I'll be our agent. You know what I'm saying? Be the Rich Paul for the triple B. That's fire. But maybe he's just not smart enough for that. I didn't say that he was. I said maybe. That's what I'm
He
saying.
bringing it home for the family with the whoa, that shit going
He bringing it home for the family.
for the family, bro. In the rap game,
Last time I checked, there was like 50,000 views on it.
nah, 50,000 comments. You hating?
I am hating right now.
You don't want him to win. That's all it is. That's it. On your side of your glasses, you see him losing.
I don't know what you talk. I'm
Listen.
stating the facts.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. The fact is, whoa, and
I'm
once,
stating the facts.
once you had that shit tattooed on your wrist, Then we talk about it
So you gonna buy the album when it drop?
tomorrow.
I'm asking a serious question.
Yeah, it's serious. I'll go to the front row of the show when he come to New York. Phil, you coming? Whoa.
Yeah, I'll check it
get
out.
some hit some more. And when I hit
It's
it, you
catchy.
can go, whoa. What? Go. Silent Assassin, you coming?
If you pay for my ticket. I'll
Say
go.
less. I got you. 8-9.
That's a yes. That's
We
just
got
a
it.
yes. That's okay.
You know,
We
that
gotta-
that was so easy. The fact that you would just go along just because
Ready.
he's paying for your fare, it's
Uh-huh.
horrible.
We got it.
It's
That means she was
horrible.
already ready, bro. She's already ready to go.
So yeah, Gelo, just don't quit your day job. That's all I'm saying. Whatever that is. After the break, what the hell is going on in Miami? What the hell is going on with Jimmy Butler? What the hell? Yo, I know what's going on with Pat Riley, and I'll tell you after the break.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Whoa, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast?
Yeah, my nigga the joint. What's up?
All even.
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this, yo, what's up, man? All even. Yo, you, oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now you, well, that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump
All
on
even
camera?
podcast, right?
Yeah, All
Shout out
Even.
to All Even podcast, right? All even? That's your man?
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast.
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
G. What is it, G?
Oh.
I shout out, G.
Oh. He cool, man.
What the hell is going on in Miami? What is going on in Miami? Jimmy Butler has asked for a trade out of Miami, but he's also been suspended 7 games for conduct detrimental to the team throughout the season. And it's been an ongoing issue. I'm trying to find the actual timeline. I just saw it. If I can't find it, we'll just go ahead and talk about it directly. This all started, and do you remember, Claw, where it started from?
Bronx Tale.
Not Bronx Tale,
Mhm.
but if you can honestly think about where it started from, go.
You asked the wrong guy because I'm going to tell you the Michael Jordan conspiracy theory that's his dad.
Okay, so we're gonna move on from you. This started when the Miami Heat got eliminated from the playoffs, and the Knicks and the Pacers were playing.
Mhm.
And Jimmy Butler went out and said, had he been playing, ain't no way the Knicks would have beat whatever. He would beat the brakes off the Knicks. So, and then Pat Riley ended up commenting not long after that in a press conference, and he was just like, you know, certain players should just kind of shut their mouths because you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have an impact on whatever, so you shouldn't comment, right? So he was just like, all right, well, that's a little weird. Pat Riley coming at somebody like that, his own player. Now, you can kind of read between the lines and say, okay, well, it's tongue-in-cheek, right? It's not anything nefarious. But then there's that other part of it where it's like, oh, okay. Then you hear that Jimmy Butler wanted an extension in the summer. He wanted a 2-year, $113 million or so extension. Pat Riley and them could not get into a contract negotiation or an agreement. Jimmy Butler goes into the season and he's not happy. Why? Because obviously he didn't get paid.
Is this when he had the emo hair or before?
I mean, he does that all the time. He does that every season. But so, you know, injuries have happened up and down, but there's been a consistent just feeling around the team about Jimmy Butler not really being Jimmy Butler. He's not the same leader. He's not engaged. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. So I'm just like, I seen this coming. And then you heard the report a couple of weeks ago that it's a rumor that Jimmy requested a trade. And then the Miami Heat came out and said nothing is true of that sort and they're not trading Jimmy Butler. And now we're at this point where he came back and he only took 5 shots in his last game and he got benched for the fourth quarter. This is Jimmy Butler we talk about. How does that happen? Then we find out that he did request a trade and now Miami's suspending him. So that's pretty much the timeline. But here's what people are not talking about. The why. Why is this happening? And you can talk about money. Yeah, of course. It's always going to be reflected about how a player feels in regards to him saying that he lost his joy to play ball in Miami and blah, 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 right? Because of maybe it's money. But Pat Riley has a history here that nobody wants to talk about. Pat Riley didn't pay Dwayne Wade. We're talking about the franchise player. Wade County, the guy that has the ugly ass statue in front of the building.
Lawrence
right?
Fishburne.
Right. Like, he walked away from Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne Wade was a Chicago Bull for a while. You guys remember that? So, this is Pat Riley being Pat Riley. When Pat Riley believes that you are over the hill, he's not going to pay any money towards extending you because he feels that your expiration date is approaching. So for Jimmy Butler to get upset and to kind of mail it in, one, he's hurting his own trade value. Two, you're causing the team to really have, they're not being competitive with you on the court, which is not good for your trade value as well. And three, you're kind of giving in to Pat Riley's bullshit. Now, if you know that Pat Riley, if you have the history of him, playing hardball with LeBron James and LeBron ended up going back to Cleveland, that was the thing. Dwayne Wade leaving, going to Chicago, and you're coming into Miami now, you have to keep these things in the back of your mind. That's like, you dating some chick that has a history of doing bullshit. You can't be the guy that says, she ain't gonna do that shit to me.
And then kiss her on the mouth.
And then whatever you want to do, right? But when it happens to you and you get spurned, you can't get mad. So it's like, for him, it's business. Pat Riley's always going to be about business. Nobody is ever going to be bigger in Miami than Pat Riley until he dies. That's a fact. So if you're going to go there, you're going to have to blend into the Heat culture. And if you don't blend into the Heat culture, you going to go. It's just the way it is. So the question is, where does he go? Where's the ideal fit for Jimmy Butler? I know Golden State is hot after him. I know the Lakers will probably want him. I know the Knicks will probably want him. I know OKC will probably... There's going to be a lot of suitors that want Jimmy Butler. But are they willing to extend him for the money that he wants? That's the issue.
I mean, what is he asking for?
50 plus $50 million a year.
Copy.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money for a guy that's 34, 35 years old. He's still a very good player, but at how many years are you going to get at peak Jimmy Butler? I don't know. It could be throwing money into a black hole for any team. So we're going to see how it unfolds, but for me it's like, I understand Jimmy Butler's frustration. I understand that him wanting to get paid, them not respecting him after what he's done. He's led that team to a couple of finals appearances since he's been there. You know what I mean? So it's like, for him, he's looking at it like, have I not earned an extension? Have I not earn this? Like, I got this mediocre ass team to the finals twice. Yeah, we didn't win, but I still got them there. So that at least should be able to consider me for an extension. I get it. I get I understand it completely about why he's frustrated. But you're dealing with Pat Riley. So once you know who's across from you, you got to chalk it up to like, you know what? This shit ain't going to happen. So if it's not going to happen, I'm going to just ball out until I can get the hell out of it. Until I can leave. Right? That's how I see it. I mean, I'm not hearing anybody really talk about it from that angle. It's Pat Riley. He's kind of like Bill Belichick, right? When Bill Belichick was running the Patriots, and dude's like, hey, contract extension time. Hey, I got these many Pro Bowls. I've done this. And Bill Belichick's like, yeah? Well, sorry. Can't pay you. How much you want? 20? I got 15 for you. Nah, I don't want 15 because my stats say that I deserve 20, if not 24. Yeah, I got that 15 for you, though. Can we negotiate, at least find a way to meet in the middle? Maybe 18? I'll take maybe 19 and a half or something. I'll take a little bit off to help the team. Yeah, I got that 15 for you. Like, he's not budging off his number, even if he offers you one. And if you can't come to an agreement, guess what normally happens to that player back in New England days? They got traded because nobody was bigger than the Patriot way. It's the same shit. So I'm not shocked. I'm just mad that they literally suspended this dude. Like, we're talking about Jimmy Butler here. Like, this guy got it out of the mud. Like, he was a guy that was the last pick in the first round. Nobody expected him to be a superstar. He literally worked his way up to being that. And for him to get suspended for 7 games for conduct detrimental to the team, nah, I think that's a little too far. I think that if he's unhappy and you're not going to pay him, just trade him. Pay him and sit home. But what are you suspending him for? Like, you're literally going to sully him and sully the trade value. So by the time he gets to the next team, then what?
Especially this early in the season.
It's nasty work.
Like, this early in the season,
yeah,
they shouldn't. Like, this is just really detrimental to him more than anything else because the deadline's coming up within a month. You know what I mean? You're killing the value to even help your team.
Correct.
Just to prove a point. So that doesn't really help.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like the rumor is they want an all-star caliber player for Jimmy Butler because they feel that they can compete in the East still. Who are you getting for Jimmy Butler at that age when you've depreciated the asset? It's just dumb. So,
I got a sidebar for you. Tiffany Stratton just won the women's championship.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how they allowed Nia Jax to lose like that. I just don't know. I need to see the build up. What happened?
She cashed in her. It's been going on.
Yeah, but
forever.
I need to I need to see like how they did it.
Oh, I got
you know what I mean? Like I've
seen it from play by play.
Okay.
She's been like low key trying to score over.
I've seen
then
that.
she cashed in her joint, and that's it. So
I mean, I guess
crazy right now.
I mean, shouts to Tiffany Stratton, but she's a looker, but she can't wrestle too much.
She's a hooker?
I said she's a looker.
Oh.
But she can't. She's not a really good wrestler.
I mean, that people.
But I mean, the fans like her.
Yeah.
So
people love hookers. So
people do love hookers. Moving on. The Sacramento Kings are also a dumpster fire as well. But I mean, this is years in the making. Like, they've always been a shit show. But for them to fire Mike Brown the way they did is nasty work. Like, yo, they fired the dude right before he was getting on the plane to go to the next game. After talking to the team and the coaching staff like everything was normal. Like, if you wanted to hire Doug Christie, there was ways to do it instead of doing it like this and trying to make Mike Brown look like the scapegoat. Mike Brown went to a star player in the offseason and said, hey, I need permission to be able to criticize you in the media when things are not going well, because if I can do that to you, everybody else is going to fall in line, because they're like, oh, the star player's getting chewed out. Then that means that, we all got to be on our P's and Q's. It sends a message. De'Aaron Fox was fine with it. So when Mike Brown used to do these things in the media, De'Aaron Fox would respond and everything was fine. He even talked to De'Aaron Fox the morning of his firing in practice. Everything was fine. So for you to take this drastic measure to fire the guy tells me that you've already had this in the bag. This is not something where you just like, oh, he did what? He talked to Darren about what? Yeah, we have to fire him. They already had it in their mind to fire him. I think that they've been waiting to say, you know what? I think we like Doug Christie a lot more than Mike Brown, because Mike Brown, we don't like his style or his tone, or he's not somebody that we can control. Got to get rid of him. And for me, it's like, all right, cool. It's very typical Sacramento Kings like to do bullshit. But when it happens to a black head coach, I don't like it. I don't like it. Because you don't never see this happen to a Frank Vogel. Right? Although Frank Vogel he got fired in the press conference. But, that was after the playoffs or something. Like, that was after the last. There was no practice. He didn't get fired like going to the plane. Come on now. That's nasty work. It's always the black coaches that get fired like this. Am I right? Am I wrong?
No.
So it's like, come on now. Like, why does this have to be a thing? Have some decency. Just call the man and say, look, it ain't working out. How can we be able to, sever this relationship amicably?
Right.
We'll give you the option to resign. Right? But you gonna fire the man before, like, he about to get on the plane and the damn stewardess is just like, ticket don't work. What do you mean ticket don't work?
That's foul.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go get home.
Put my joint in the goddamn machine so I can get on the plane. They telling you no. It's crazy.
That's facts, though. Listen, I mean, what are you gonna do? Realistically, do you think they were gonna achieve anything else?
Yeah, but this is a team that made the playoffs last year.
Right, they can make the playoffs because where the West was and where Golden State was. But realistically, this team isn't really gonna be what they were because their star players about to be out of there. What's left?
Yeah, but they weren't gonna trade him until the shit show happened. De'Aaron Fox wants to leave now because it's a shit show.
I got you. I just feel I don't know. I feel like it was coming either way.
That wasn't coming. So, where does De'Aaron Fox go? Well, rumors that he's going to, or that he has the Spurs, Lakers, Miami Heat on his list. And out of those three teams, what's the best fit? Steph, it has to be the Spurs.
Spurs for sure.
Spurs is the best fit because obviously you got Wemby over there. And I would love for them to get rid of Chris Paul and put De'Aaron Fox there. That'd be good. Put Chris Paul on the bench and let him, just tell him, listen, coach? You want to coach? You want to, be a mentor to the guys on the bench or something? I'm just sick of it. Get somebody else that could be able to partner with Wemby, right? It's the reason why they're not playing good right now. If they had somebody else, it would be better off.
You always got a problem with Chris Paul, bro.
He's a jinx.
Always.
He's a jinx. That's all I'm saying. Everybody was over here in the offseason. Oh, look what's going on. Spurs is loading because they got Chris Paul. They still loading. Got the old PlayStation. Remember the screen where the PlayStation used to load up? Take forever. Be there 5 minutes. Get out of here with this. He needs somebody younger, better. That don't have a rap sheet of failure. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, Spurs are the best fit. If you want to put this in order, I would say the Lakers would be a good fit because the Lakers they wanted to draft De'Aaron Fox the same year that Lonzo Ball was in that same draft. So it was between Lonzo and De'Aaron Fox. Obviously, LeVar kind of hyped up Lonzo and got Lonzo drafted first, right? But De'Aaron Fox I think he had a few workouts for the Lakers, so I can see that being a pairing as well. You know, partner him with LeBron and Anthony Davis. When LeBron leaves, you can see a De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Davis combo that might be really, really good. So I can see that happening, right? Miami Heat, I can see that happening too, but with everything that's going on with Jimmy Butler, if you're a player, do you really want to go there? Do you really want to say, yeah, that's the place that I want to go after them treating the guy that got them to 2 finals in 5 years? Yeah, that's where I want to go.
Well, when you think about the money, guy like that might look at the luxury tax and be like,
yeah, very true. There's no state tax and all that stuff.
I get to be lit.
You can be lit, but you're not going to. I mean, look, you can be successful in Miami. Miami is a successful organization, but there's just something about players when they get to a certain point, Pat Riley just kind of discards them. So for me, if I'm a player, that doesn't sit well with me. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable being in an organization like that. That's all I'm saying. So I want to see what happens with De'Aaron Fox. I hope that he leaves because the Sacramento Kings are one of the worst organizations in sports.
That's crazy.
So moving on. But Derrick Rose came out and said that he would love to have his jersey retired with the Chicago Bulls. And I'm like, yeah, why the hell not?
Right.
Like, you don't have much jerseys that are actually retired with the Chicago Bulls. The jerseys that you have with the Chicago Bulls that are retired right now, you have, let's see, it's not much. Jerry Sloan, got Bob Love, Phil Jackson, Jordan. I think Pippen got his joint too.
That was good.
So, obviously, Michael Jordan's a slam dunk, right? Belongs up there. We don't even have to talk about that any further. Scottie Pippen, up there. Great. Love that. Jerry Sloan. Jerry Sloan played 10 years with the Bulls, averaged like around 16 points a game. You know, I think it was a 2-time All-Star in the Hall of Fame. Okay. But when you compare Jerry Sloan's numbers to what Derrick Rose did in Chicago, Derrick Rose won an MVP. He was the youngest MVP in the history of the NBA. Multiple-time All-Star. If you're going to compare his tenure with all the other guys that are up there, guys like Bob Love, that had a really good Chicago career, he belongs up there. So I think that he will be the next jersey to get retired. 100%. He earned it. He's done, like, when you look at his Chicago career, it's pretty impressive. Because all it really takes is 5 good years to be able to say, all right, you belong in that team's Hall of Fame. Like 5 legit all-star caliber years, right? He gave them that. Outside of a few times where he was hurt. So, yeah, I think that would be dope for him to be able to get his jersey retired, be up there, because he's been a model citizen, and he's one of those guys that truly loves the organization, loves Chicago, is now a motivational speaker, doing a lot of good things. So I really hope that he does get his jersey retired. Hopefully they don't give him a statue, because whoever's making these statues, bro, they gotta, that shit is nasty work. They gotta fuck around and find somebody from like Italy that, like, find some people that are actually like good sculptors. Why can't they find people that are good? There's mad good statues around here. Why are they finding the worst people to make these shits? I don't understand it. Kobe Bryant eyes is mad close together. Like, what are we doing?
That shit look crazy.
It's nasty work.
Allen Iverson shit pretty bad.
Yo, bro, his shit is like this big. It's crazy. Sixers got their little stupid ass park. Just get a big ass statue. Why want to go there? After the break, we'll discuss Mr. Barkley, what he said about my Lakers. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. But is he wrong? Yeah, after the break.
Yo, this is Cigar Gents and Gals. I want to give a shout out to my boy Barry for All Even Podcast. Keep doing your thing, bro. Killing it.
Charles Barkley hates the Lakers. Historically. He's always said things about the coverage of the Lakers, why they get so much coverage, them being overrated. Has always had a word to say or two about LeBron James. And when you mesh the two worlds together of him being very critical of a LeBron James and being hypercritical of the Los Angeles Lakers at the same time, you get this nasty vitriol from a Charles Barkley. So he said on Inside the NBA that, JJ Redick, don't come for the king because I'm gonna come for you and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, you just the next coach to get fired from the Lakers. You over here dating the ugly chick. Lakers ain't going nowhere. They trash. They fired Frank Vogel. He was a good coach. They fired Darvin Ham. He was a good coach. Now you there. You a lame duck. You about to get fired too. And on the surface, you're going to be like, damn, man, like that's kind of mean. But then I'm like, I understand where it comes from. JJ Redick is a very different character. He's a guy that has his own opinion, very strong opinion, and he's very used to being hated. Back when he was a podcaster and had his Old Man and 3 podcast, he criticized the players back in the 80s and 90s. He also criticized the players back in the 70s and the 60s. Said that they were, carpenters and all types of stuff, and they need to stop hanging on to their brand of basketball and thinking that it's the golden era of the game. So when you hear Charles Barkley talk about the situation, sound personal. It's not one of those things where it's like he's just making a funny comment. It's personal. Why? Because JJ Redick came after his era of basketball. So I can understand it. So if you're gonna talk about somebody like that, and JJ Redick is the one that said something before where, the late great Jerry West said something about him, I can understand why Charles Barkley responded that way. So I was waiting to hear what JJ Redick said. So they asked him at the press conference, the pregame before the game against the Hawks, did you hear what Charles Barkley said? And this is what JJ Redick had to say.
I didn't make it all the way through the clip. I got to be honest with you. My resting heart rate is probably 64. I watched the clip. It was 64. Literally don't care. I have other thoughts, but don't care.
So that to me told me that he listened to the whole clip. He watched the whole thing. And the old JJ that had the Old Man and the 3 podcast would have responded to Charles Barkley. New JJ, that's the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, he ain't going to respond to Charles Barkley. Why? Because it's low-hanging fruit. Why would you do that? And now you're going to be a distraction for your team. And if your team goes on a 3-game losing streak, now they're going to start looking at you and be like, well, if you keep talking to guys like Charles Barkley, this is why you're not focused. So he wants to say something because there's a lot to say about Charles Barkley, right? About how entertaining he is. But when it comes to the X and O's of the game, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about most of the time. Nobody comes to Charles Barkley for the X and O's of the game, ever. It's not what you do. It's like listening to Terry Bradshaw on NFL for Fox. You don't care about the X and O's. You just care about the punchline. It's funny. It's fine. Be Charles Barkley. I'd rather listen to Ernie if I need some X and O shit. It's just the way it goes. It's a great show, but you have your role. You're the king of that show. We get it. But they come to you for different shit. So for a guy like JJ Redick, that's a very, very analytical X and O's type of person or mindset of how he sees the game, you and him are never gonna get along. It's just the way it goes. So for JJ, he's like, you know what, old man, you go ahead and hold that. You can have it. If I had this fucking podcast before, I'd let you really have it, but I'm gonna just let it slide. That's what you do. So I like the way he handled it, because if it was me, I'd have told his no championship ass about himself, about how you want to criticize players for teaming up when you and your old ass went on the Houston Rockets at the end of your career and wanted to team up and win a championship and ended up tearing your Achilles and couldn't do much. So I could say that, but why? It's his story. We know this. It's there. It's fine. Moving on. I'm not even going to do irrelevant news in the week. I'm going to do it after. We're going to go into football right now. Jets watch. You were so late, dude. That was like 5 seconds. That's like really bad.
But it goes down smooth every time.
Wake up and shape up. That's what you need to do.
I'm going to enjoy this beer now. So let's go for it.
A lot going on with the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers says that this might be his last game. Which is really, really sad because I don't want to see that happen. But everything in Jet world is a fucking disaster right now. And they can turn a season that Aaron Rodgers actually, when you look at his numbers, was it 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, almost a 70% completion percentage. The man is having a really good season. But when you listen to New York fans, Aaron Rodgers is terrible. He's the reason why we're losing. Really? Last time I checked, the Jets blew 6 fourth quarter leads.
Facts.
It has nothing to do with the quarterback. It has to do with your dumbass defense.
Which is trash.
So, I'll ask you, Claw, resident Jets fan here. Should Aaron Rodgers be back?
It really matters on who the new administration is in the building. Hopefully they make the right decision. It's a great option to have as a holdover. I don't think they should be in a position to go get a quarterback if they have somebody they have a mind on. At least one more year, ride this thing out, keep everybody together if we can, and just run it up. But the defense has to get better. I think the draft picks have to go to the defense because this shit is just dog shit.
Yeah, they definitely need a front end guy. Yeah. Whether it's a defensive end, whether it's a nose tackle, they need something.
And they need a stud safety.
They also need a cornerback.
They need a cornerback.
Because Sauce Gardner is the most overrated player in the league.
Soft as baby shit.
Soft
Gardner.
Soft Gardner, correct. Ahmad Gardner. We no longer call him Sauce.
Yeah, he does have
yeah, I agree. I think that, yes, it hasn't gone well. People had high expectations for the Jets when he got here. When he ran out there with the flag last year, 9/11, everybody's like, man, what a moment, right? And then
it was 9/11.
10 minutes after that, season was over.
It was 9/11 all over again.
You gotta relax. Come on.
That's what it was. For a Jets fan, it was not.
You can't say that.
It was the same thing.
You can't compare that. You can't do that.
It was the fall of a Titan.
You can't do that. Okay? Relax.
The date run again.
So that's all I'm saying. Is that, it hasn't gone the way they want to. But I do feel that it's warranted to give it one more go. Because if you look at the pieces that they have offensively, Aaron Rodgers. You have Devontae Adams. You have Garrett Wilson. You have Breece Hall. They have pieces here. Get yourself a tight end. Shore up that offensive line a little bit. You have a team. Like
on one side of the ball.
On one side of the ball. But if you get a head coach that understands what the team needs, like a Mike Vrabel, go get yourself a Ben Johnson, go get a Rex Ryan, go get somebody like that who is a leader of men. You can be able to be successful. That's what you need. It's kind of like the opposite of what the Giants have. Brian Dable is a nice guy, but do you really look at him as a head coach? No, I don't. He's more of a coordinator. And that's why things are going the way it is. He doesn't look like he's a leader of men, and that's a problem. So that's what the Jets need to do. That's why I like them going after Mike Vrabel. But I saw something that made me hyped and may push me into going back to the Jets very soon.
Say it again. Say it again.
I didn't say it.
Say it again.
What's his name? Louis Riddick?
What did he just say?
Say it again.
What?
Say it again.
What?
Take off your glasses and say it so we can see.
I'm not doing that.
Let the world see you.
Did you say something about going back to the Jets?
Yes.
Serious? Is the Cowboys run over? I'm sorry, I mean to step on what you were talking about. Is the Cowboys run over?
Clearly, you haven't been monitoring the show. Mike McCarthy is rumored to be coming back to the Cowboys. So this is kind of just like when I left the Jets the first time.
Right.
I told people if they draft Geno Smith,
You're gone.
I'm out.
Right.
Same thing. If Mike McCarthy gets re-signed by the Cowboys, I'm out.
There needs to be a clause in this agreement. If you do come back, you can't leave. Because literally,
I can always leave.
Geno Smith turned into a decent quarterback.
After he left the Jets.
Hey, but he became one.
Sam Darnold.
Exactly. After he left the Jets and went with Pete Carroll and sat on the bench for a while to learn.
Fact.
So, and he's still in the same system, basically. Like, no. He ain't getting better. He ain't getting better. He just left New York. That's all it was.
Just like you, buddy.
Yeah.
And welcome back.
I'm not back yet.
No, you're back.
But what's his name? Louis Riddick, interviewed for the GM job. If they get Louis Riddick, he's a very smart guy, knows the game, professional. I would like that type of change for the Jets. Get somebody. Yeah, listen, they hire a black GM. I'm sold, automatic.
New Jets logo.
I will never get a fucking tattoo.
I'm just saying. Make sure.
That's not what I do. You can get that on your,
On my what? Go say it. Say it.
Huh?
On my what?
I don't want to be derogatory.
I bet you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humpty Dum.
Be one of those, those rednecks that get a football tattoo on your chest.
That's a slur.
Just saying, you look like one.
That's whoa, we got him. We got him. Whoa.
You look like one. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So much for this.
Thoughts. Louis Riddick. Do you like it? Don't like it?
I love it. I think it can happen. I think it's having someone in a notable position. It's like kind of having your ex pick out your new girlfriend.
Yeah, I heard that they're looking to hire the coach before the GM, which is fucking stupid.
But no, even still, like having Mike Tannenbaum a part of that process is still like having your.
That's Woody.
It's like your baby mom's after you broke up years ago. And she's like, oh, wait, you're looking for a wife, right? All right, yeah, you hired me. I'll help you find her.
Right.
And it's like, because I know what you're looking for. And it's like, wait, I'm not even that person anymore. Like, I don't want you again.
And furthermore, like, why are you still entrusting her to make a decision?
Why are you still here?
Right.
But whatever. But I think they definitely got to do the right thing. I heard rumors that the head coach may be hired before, and that's just asinine. Doesn't make sense. They're never going to be on the same page. They're going to be two. One's going to feel more connected to the owner as more than they should be, rather than the protocol being, GM hired his coach.
100%.
And all answers and football operations go through the GM. I feel like, the Woody situation, as bad as it is, and the one thing that will make this team what it needs to be is Woody being removed from the scenario.
Yeah, and the only way to do that is to hire a black GM. because you know what it's like when you
Wow.
listen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
You ever been in a job, right, where everybody cool, right, and there's that black dude that nobody, that not even the supervisor fuck with. They're like, yeah, that's old Ray. Like, don't fuck with old Ray, because old Ray he's been here a long time. He knows what he's talking about, but just don't get on his nerves. That's the type of thing that a black GM will be able to get with the Jets. Louis Riddick will be able to get in there and say, look. Remember how y'all was doing this before, where you had fucking Brick Johnson coming in here and taking pictures, and this little kid don't know the hell about football? If you ever have him come to my office, we're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit you need. You need the old cranky black dude there to be able to fix shit, because they've never had it. So might as well try it.
Listen,
the Detroit Lions did it, right? They got a black president of operations. Look where they at now. Fixed. First time in their history they've been this good. Go get it. Go get it.
but when your owner is walking around the sidelines with a chain that says his fucking name,
Right?
you have more of a problem than you think.
You think he gonna be able to do that with Louise Riddick there?
I'm gonna tell you 3 things.
That's what I'm saying.
2 of them are the same thing, and the last thing is a little bit different. He's gonna do it fucking anyway, and the second part is it doesn't matter.
So all I'm saying is that you think that he can be able to have that same bravado with Louis Riddick there and tell Louis Riddick that he's bad at his job and curse out the GM? Are you crazy?
I feel like a person that fires their GM midseason will do that shit, because why? At the end of the day, any billionaire or any person that type of position, quote unquote, an owner, is gonna say, "This is my shit. Get the fuck out. It's gonna run the way I want it to. But you hired me. I don't give a fuck. I will listen to my 17-year-old son, whose name is Brick Johnson.
Remember
It's
what I
the
said?
most craziest shit ever. Pause that name. That name is crazy.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I will listen to him because he knows more than what I hired you and paid you out of my pocket to
based
do.
off the Madden rating.
Based
in the
off of
game.
what Madden says. I'm gonna trust what this fucking little shit says that hasn't proved himself in life. You know what I mean? And ran up my credit card bill with hookers. I'm going to trust him before I trust the person that I paid who was accredited to be in this position.
How many OnlyFans subscriptions do you think Brick Johnson got?
Enough. Not even enough. He probably flies them out and doing meetups
Plays Madden?
with Hunter Biden. Facts.
That's a nasty word. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's a party. But be that as it may. So I'm just going to say it like this. Until, and this is like I have the Jets tramp stamp. It's like that. Like, I'm talking about the one fucking variable that has to leave this team is Woody Johnson in New Jersey. And once they get the fuck out of New Jersey, we have a hope at something. But they can play in my backyard. I'm cool with that. They can play in Brookville Park. They can play at the fucking airport for all I care. As long as they're not in Jersey and as long as not under Woody Johnson's thumb. Because Johnson & Johnson has taken more lives than it's saved.
It's a bar.
Segment fucking over.
Listen, I've been saying it for the past how long? I don't know how long I've been talking about how bad the Jets have been, and it's not the Jets, it's more the leadership of Woody Johnson. The last 24 years have been an absolute disaster because
Shit show.
he is an absolute disaster. Like, he's one of the worst owners ever. Ever. He's in that ilk. So no matter if you have Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, you can have Patrick Mahomes, you can have Joe Burrow come through these doors. It doesn't matter if you have an incompetent owner who is constantly meddling into the team and trusts the wrong people to be able to make decisions. It's never going to work consistently.
You fired the guys who got you Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
This is part of the situation what made him come here.
But bro, you got to remember that this is the same owner that wanted Aaron Rodgers benched when they were 2-2.
This is the same guy who fired the fucking coach.
Yeah.
And he fired the GM. Here's a situation. What if they went on a fucking run?
Then he would have took credit for it.
And then you needed to make certain decisions. Right? GM decisions. Oh, we gotta pick somebody up. Yo, such and such is out there.
Well, they have an interim GM.
But
So
that fucking guy is just he was a guy getting waters, the week before. And now he's like, oh shit, I'm a GM tomorrow.
well, Woody Johnson would take credit for it.
It's just fucking gross. And I'm glad it didn't work the way it didn't work. It's just the most miserable fucking season ever. On paper, we were the best fucking team. We saw a Jets 50-yard Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary. Like, we got to see a lot of shit. They came back, they started clicking, but it's still not enough because at the end of the day, the moral of it all is this shit is ass backwards and it'll never get better. Baby powder is bad for you.
Listen, I hope that Aaron Rodgers gets a chance to redeem himself for, at least a few more seasons here or somewhere else. I don't want to see it end in a Jets uniform in that miserable way. So, hopefully he comes back. Moving on. How do we feel about Saquon Barkley sitting instead of going for the record? I'll ask the Silent Assassin. Silent Assassin, since that is your favorite player and he's no longer on your team, how do you feel? Were you relieved? Were you happy? Were you sad that Saquon Barkley is not going to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record?
I actually saw some controversy on that because they had said that Barkley has played more games in the season.
Yes.
And still not
Broken.
just under,
Right.
So people are like, well, it's not even going to really count towards the real record. But just give a shout out to him for having a great season. I like to watch his highlights still, even though he's not in the blue. But
In the blue.
But I also did see his little interview that's saying like his dad was upset that he didn't get the chance to have like their name up in like the record book. So it's kind of upsetting. But I guess I don't know. Like, is Jalen Hurts coming back for the playoffs?
I think so. I think they're gonna sit him for the playoffs.
The last game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess I would save them for that comeback game to start the playoffs and give them a chance to play. So just in case if anything were to happen in the last game, it's not worth it, obviously. So, but still miss him.
Yeah. It's for me, like, obviously they have an extra game. It's always going to be more attainable if you have an extra game. Still doesn't take away from the incredible season that he put together, right? Like, I hate when players or fans or analysts or whoever it is, like, they kind of hate on the guy for, being as good as he is in the season that he's having the season. And he can't help that there's an extra game. He can't help that he's going to have more opportunity to break the record. You still have to get to 2,000. Just because there's an extra game doesn't mean that everybody's going to have a chance to get to 2,000. Like, Derrick Henry had a great season. He's not at 2,000. We've only had a few people that actually rushed for 2,000 yards in a season. He was a man for the first, 5 weeks of the season.
Who the fuck? Like, even in fantasy,
yeah.
And shame on everybody that didn't do it. Who the fuck didn't just say, nah, fuck that. First pick, I'm going for it. That's what they needed.
Yeah, but you can't really factor in that he was gonna be that impressive because in that offense you didn't really see a running back go off. It's still Derrick Henry, but you just don't know. You gotta see it.
That's what we did, and a lot of people missed out because it's still Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but a lot of people realize they we gotta wait and see. I can guarantee next season they're like, all right, we're gonna take Derrick Henry. Yeah. Saquon will be number one.
Saquon was a fucking.
He'll be number one. But listen, he had a great season. So it's like I don't look at it like, the extra game is a factor or whatever it is. For me, I am just kind of happy because Eric Dickerson was like, yo, I don't care. I don't want nobody breaking my goddamn record. I like that. Like, you know, there's a lot of times where these old school guys like, hey, you know, young blood, hey, you know, congratulations on breaking the record. You know, shouts to you. I'm passing the torch. Nah, I'm not passing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got the rookie record and I got the regular season overall record. I don't want that record to be broken. I don't give a damn who it is. So I respect that. People want to, you know, criticize Eric Dickerson for that. I don't care. I like that type of energy. You're an old man and said, I'm keeping my records and I don't give a damn what happens. I like it. So I don't care. After the break, we're going to discuss Brock Purdy real quick. And also, I want to ask you a question about who is your NFL MVP right now after the break. Welcome back, y'all. Brock Purdy. Not the season that we expected him to have, or many expected him to have. People thought that he was the next Tom Brady, you know, cool and calm in the pocket, blah, blah, blah. I compare him more to a very good game manager. So you have to ask yourself, does a game manager deserve $60 million? Dak Prescott just got paid. We see where the Cowboys are. They're not going to get any better anytime soon because you're stuck with an albatross of a quarterback and an albatross of a contract for that quarterback. The San Francisco 49ers have a lot of money that are tied up into other individuals on this team that do have injury concerns as well. They were supposed to be a Super Bowl team this year. They're supposed to be Super Bowl or nothing for the 49ers. Well, we're at nothing. So do you pay the game managing quarterback? Contract negotiations have kind of stalled right now, and obviously it doesn't need to be ramped up right now because, you know, their off season is going to begin shortly, and they can be able to find a way to bridge the gap, and, you know, if they're far apart, they can be able to figure it out. But again, I ask, does a game manager deserve $60 million a year? Sam Darnold just had one of the greatest years we've seen a quarterback have. Over 4,000 yards. He's passed for 30-something touchdowns. You know, low interception rate. He's in the low double digits. Team is 14-2. Has a chance to be 15-2 and secure the second seed and possibly a 1 seed as well. Right? He's eligible for a contract. Who do you think deserves more money? Brock Purdy never put up a season like that. Even when the 49ers were actually really, really good and had the weapons all over the place, he was still a very good game manager. So again, I ask the question, how much does Brock Purdy get? If I'm the 49ers, I think that he deserves a contract, but I don't think that you can warrant giving him any higher than something in between $47 to $48 million a year. You can give 3 or 4. That's the going rate.
I don't see it being that much.
Look what Kirk Cousins got. That's a fact. Let's just be honest. Kirk Cousins got close to $50 million a year. He's now going to be released by the Atlanta Falcons. He'll be looking for another job shortly.
They automatically bounced back up as they gave him that money, though.
Well, they knew it. They knew what they were doing because they understood that they had to get insurance for a guy like Kirk Cousins that kind of implodes in times where you don't want him to. So again, I ask you, a guy like Brock Purdy, who's had some injury concerns in the last 2 years, how much do you pay him? Knowing that he's a very, very high-level game manager.
I think that it's really going to depend on what Sam gets, only because they're 2 quarterbacks in the same system, and the amount of injuries that were passed down on the 49ers this season have a lot to do with, or would have a lot to do with quote-unquote potential of performance. They lost their star wide receivers. The star running back. They got to figure that out. I feel like they lost
They lost.
backup, Mason.
They lost Brandon Ayuk for the season.
Yeah, so they lost a lot. So the threshold of potential is still up there. I don't think it's there to the point where they don't have a clear sight. They'll delay it until they get an idea of where they are and the moves they have to make. Is Trey Lance not even back? Is Trey Lance not even back there no more?
He's on the Cowboys.
So maybe the best option to even solidify the spot as they work on improving what they have to do. Because if McCaffrey is not a sure bet, they got to go running back.
Mm-hmm.
They have to fill that gap. They need a wide receiver. Like, these are the things that just have to happen.
But how much do you give him is what I'm asking.
I think, realistically, he takes a player-friendly deal, a team-friendly deal. I think, depending on what the salary cap is, 40-something over maybe a longer year because he's younger and he's Mr. Irrelevant. I give him like a $210 million deal spread out over 6.
That's a lot of money.
Over 6.
That's a lot of money for a guy like him.
Yeah, that's less than fucking. It's not even crazy. It's not crazy. It's not
$200 million over 6 years. First off, giving him a 6-year deal, you're locking yourself into a quarterback. I mean, give or take how many years of that is guaranteed.
Correct. That part. I'm just giving the metrics of the overall situation.
I mean, we'll see. It could play out like that.
I think
I just don't think that the 49ers at this point should invest big money into a guy like Brock Purdy when there's a possibility that Aaron Rodgers may be out there.
Yeah, but like it's good to have as an option. Like, you do that, you have to spend the money to have the insurance for what you have already compared to what you can get and then what's left in Aaron, right?
Well, but you also have to factor in if they pay Brock Purdy big money, what ends up happening to the ancillary pieces on the team? You're going to have to start to break those off.
In a sense, I feel like they're at that point.
They are at that point.
They're capable. They're fortunate enough to have Kittle, who is a wide receiver that you know, in a sense, but he's still a tight end who's a blocking tight end and a physical tight end. So realistically, you have a dual end threat there. The Debo shit, they locked in Debo. Ayuk is hurt, so we got to see what that looks like.
Well, they just paid him.
Granted. So it's like a lot of pieces to the puzzle that you have to even see are if they're feasible for you or not.
Yeah, I don't think they should.
On top of they got what? Christian Worth. He's still there?
Christian Worth.
No, he's on. I'm bugging. Tampa Bay, wrong guy.
You're on Tristan Worth. You want a left tackle now?
Yeah.
You talking about Trent Williams?
Trent Williams, correct. My apologies. So either way, they still have to keep the wall in order to have a quarterback in position. But I feel like they make good decisions over there when it comes down to it. They find personnel and they stay competitive. So the running back issue fucked them up. The injuries fucked them up this year, and that's what the problem was.
Yeah, but also too, if you're relying on a running back to be the catalyst to your offense, is a big problem. You need to go find yourself a quarterback that can be able to be the guy. Brock Purdy isn't the guy. He's a piece to a very good team, but he's not the guy. See, the thing is, for a team like Minnesota, Darnold doesn't need to be the guy because they have their guy. They have Jefferson over there. So all you need Darnold to do is make sure that he's delivering the ball the way he needs to deliver the ball. Darnold has more arm talent than Brock Purdy does.
For sure.
So for a guy like that, you can say, you know what, there is bigger upside here that maybe we can extend him and see how it works. Maybe we can trade a J.J. McCarthy and, you know, give it to Darnold because he's proven himself in this year to be a guy that we can really trust. Like, even under Kirk Cousins, under other teams or under other quarterbacks, we've never had this much success. So it's like, maybe he is the guy. Purdy, I don't think that San Francisco fans have ever said that he's the guy. They've said, yeah, he's a good quarterback. We like him. But is he the guy? Completely different. Completely different. And if he's not the guy, if you're not sold on him, then you're going to be in a Dak Prescott type of situation where you're going to have a polarized fan base.
For sure. I mean, which
not
is
good. He is good. We want him. We don't want him. And if the owner doesn't really feel all in, got a problem.
Which is the harsh reality of the position within itself. Like especially in smaller markets, you have these opportunities to, is he the guy or is he not the guy? By all means, but it's what's the need for the football team currently right now in this situation? Do we have another option? We don't. Cool. Are we going to get it out of draft? We don't. Cool. These are the things they have to map out on top of having the injuries and skill positions that made them a potential threat.
I think that they can find other options at quarterback if they wanted to, via trade. If some certain quarterbacks become available, you have to explore that option rather than giving a guy that, like I said, is a very high end game manager $60 million. Moving on. Who is Claw's NFL MVP?
This season, I'm going to.
No, last season. Of course, this season.
Don't be that guy, bro. All right? It's fucking third day of the year. Fucking stop. What is your deal? I haven't been here in like 2 months.
And that's why I'm giving you
shit. You want to be an asshole.
That's why I'm giving you
There's
shit.
no need to. You got a nice haircut. Your sunglasses are polished.
That's the second time that you've complimented me.
I'm trying to give you
I don't want to hear it.
I'm trying to give you credit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just want to be a jerk.
No.
I'm going Sam Darnold.
Okay, explain.
I mean, the numbers are speaking for what they're speaking for. He's been super accurate. A guy that looks like he deserves having the top wide receiver on his team. Let alone a game manager, but a game leader as well. You just feel the energy of what he's bringing to that situation because they weren't there before.
Sam Darnold is 4th in the league in passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
He is 5th in the league in touchdowns. And his QBR, he is not top 10, but he's a little outside. He's 13th in QBR. So, yeah, I mean, he's had a really, really good season. Continue.
I mean, that's really it. I mean, he didn't get the much of a starting role in San Fran when he was there. He just sat there and soaked it up. I don't know what the situation was on the Panthers. Wasn't good.
The Panthers are a shitty organization.
Exactly.
That's why.
So, I feel like in this situation, in the system, it's working, it's clicking. I think he's showing proof, and he's fed. Like, there's a difference if you're a quarterback who can't feed a star wide receiver. He's able to feed JJ and get him what he needs every trip.
When you look at Sam Darnold play the quarterback position in Minnesota, he's commanding the team. He's not just playing the position as a game manager. He's actually making audibles at the line, changing things. He's making really good reads. He's looked. I haven't seen Darnold look this good since his USC days. So he's found a home. Fit is everything when it comes to the NFL. Like, you can be as good as you want to be, but if it's the wrong situation, you're gonna kind of fall in your face. So that's not a bad pick. I like that. The fact that Sam Darnold is having a career year. The Vikings are having a career year. If you're going to kind of link the two together, that's not a bad option. I can't really disagree with you. That's not my pick, but I actually like that pick. My pick is Joe Burrow. The very definition of the MVP is what? Most valuable player. Which means that if you take away this particular player off this team, how does this team fare? Are they a playoff team? Are they a competent team? Are they a lottery team? You remove Joe Burrow off this team may not win a game. They may be one of the Browns teams that never won games in a regular season, right? This is a team that started off, 1-5 or some shit? They were bad. But Joe Burrow has been the constant every single game. He's been the best quarterback in the league. You want me to read off his numbers to you guys? I think a lot of people don't even realize how good of a season Joe Burrow's having. So let's go ahead and go check it. Passing yards, 46-41. It's a career year. Career high, right? 42 touchdowns is also league best right now. 8 interceptions is also in the bottom tier of the league. He has the second highest QBR in the NFL over the guy that they said should be the MVP in Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson is first, slightly, 78 to his 76.7. His passer rating, 109.8, is the highest, or I think it's the second highest in his career. So you have a guy that's literally almost across the board. Even his completion percentage is the second highest of his career. Across the board, literally kept this team afloat week after week after week, even when they were losing tough games to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens and all these other teams, right? Lose by a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is. Joe Burrow was balling out. So the very definition of the word, valuable. If I remove you, how good are you? That's what the award should be. I think the NFL has kind of really fucked up how they do it. They've changed the MVP award into the quarterback award. So my thing is, why don't you just make a quarterback award? Best quarterback in the league. Why does it have to be the MVP though? You know what I mean? Like for me, it just feels like nobody else has a shot. Jamar Chase has had one of the best seasons as a wide receiver in history. Yeah. Remember that year that Cooper Kupp literally broke every fucking record as a wide receiver? Didn't win MVP. Saquon Barkley, 2,000-yard rusher. He might not even finish in the top 5. So my thing is valuable. Who's the guy? You can say the same thing for Lamar Jackson. You remove Lamar Jackson off of the Ravens, how good are they? True. He is that team. So I get it. I understand those two. But Josh Allen, okay, Josh Allen's having a good season. The Bills are pretty good. But should Josh Allen be over a Joe Burrow? That literally, if he wins on Sunday, they're in the playoffs. After how they started, nobody wants to see the Bengals if they get to the playoffs. No one. That's my MVP. They should consider that a lot more than they're going to. We know that he's not going to finish pretty high, but given all the stuff that he's had to deal with, given the slow start, the bad offensive line, the bad play, the defense letting him down in tough situations, bad special teams, it's not on him. He's done his fucking job. MVP. That's all I'm saying. Now it's time for my irrelevant news of the week.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... I mean, yeah, they stink.
Every week we go ahead and find some interesting stories. Jalen Ramsey is facing backlash for a picture that he snapped on his Instagram. It's him and his 3 daughters, and they're all sitting on the couch, putting up their middle fingers. Now, these are children. And the quote is, "It's all love if you got love in your heart, but F to the haters all year. We only want positive around here." Now, how do we feel about this? Allowing your children to chuck the birds up in the air. We're talking about these 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds.
All right. I'm not mad at it. I feel like, do it with me. Don't do it with anybody else. Don't do it on TikTok. Doing some stupid ass fucking dance.
Okay, so you're one of those parents.
Yeah. can smoke reefer. You can smoke it with me, and we're
We're
both gonna
safe.
get high.
If you're gonna rob the bank, rob it with me.
That's it. I'm gonna show you what to do to not do it.
How do you feel, Silent Assassin? What about?
Yeah, I'm not a parent, so, but I don't know. From my growing up, that wouldn't be allowed, but I guess I don't. You said they're 3?
3. They're very young kids.
I would say yeah. If for the picture, okay, cool, but don't be doing it out in the streets or out in the store at somebody. But just for the Instagram picture, whatever.
What about you, Phil?
COE. I figure if you teach your 3-year-old to do it, he gonna do it. So yeah, you can feel whatever type of way. Like, oh yeah, you could do it with me. Don't do it in the street. It's too late now.
It's Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Once you've opened that door, you can't close it.
Facts.
Because they gonna be like, yo, dad, some dude pissed me off and I chucked him the bird. Blah, blah. Yo, you can't do that. Why?
Right.
Then you're gonna get the why questions. Because it was all right a week ago. Why can't do it now? So then when you start to be that parent, now you start to look crazy. Because you thought that something was funny in jest, but it really isn't. Kids are very impressionable. And it's one thing about doing certain things like that. As a parent, I just like, come on, man. Like, you know, you gotta have some type of decency. If you want to have a picture like that, then you do it. But why you gotta put them in there? Because they don't even know what they're doing.
Right.
They're just following daddy. Okay, daddy told me to put this finger up. You're a fucking idiot. Like, there's no other way to look at that.
I would say, like, how do you feel like a similar thing? I've seen it, like, online, that, like, a parent will, like, act like their young kid, be like, okay, you could say any curse word, but just right now. Or they're like, wise, and something bad's gonna happen, like the police will come or something like that. But you can let it out right now and then say whatever, and then the kid, like, laughs. Like, how do you, same situation?
You know what? Here's my experience with that. My mom used to tell me that. But she knew who I was. So it was like, I'm going to allow you to express yourself the way you need to get it out. And that be that. Because I got it out, and then there would be no other reason to use it, right? And she knew her son. Now, could be a little hypocritical here for me saying that the guy's in it. Maybe he knows his children. Maybe he knows that they're not going to do that, right? So that could be an angle that, hey, I know that my girls are not going to do this nowhere else, so if they're going to do it with daddy, it's all good. For me, it's just like the optics of it. It's just like you're doing it for the gram. That's what I don't like. Yeah. If it's something that y'all are doing in the privacy of your own home, don't know, and somebody comes to your house, oh my goodness, it's spliffing the bird. All right, well, you caught it while they was in their crib. But you putting this on the gram, dude. You're a clown for that.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing cool about that, is what I'm saying. Like, as a father, as a parent, ain't nothing cool about that. If you want to do it with no gram, ain't nobody gonna force you. But when you do it purposely for likes and clicks, you look like a high school chick. And Jalen Ramsey, him doing that, doesn't really surprise me because he is a little saucy. I'm going to move on from there. Move on. This is interesting. Businesses with subscriptions will be required to offer one-click to cancel button starting January 14th.
Damn right. Clap that up.
We are tired of y'all. When we want to cancel something, we have to get forwarded to some new site. And then when they say you want to cancel, you click yes. Are you sure? And then you click yes. Give me the reason why you want to cancel. And then you give the damn reason. Then they say, would you like to pause the account? You say no. And then they say, well, give us a reason why you don't want to pause the account. And then we tell you. And then they say, well, we can be able to put it down to $2 for every 6 months, and then you say no, and then they say, are you sure that you, like, how many proms I gotta go through? I said no. It should just be canceled, and that's it. That's it. That's harassment. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's cyberbullying. What are you doing to me?
Cyber manipulation.
Yeah. I don't want your cyber taxes. And most of the time what happens to old people like us is that we get frustrated. So you know what? Keep the money. Keep the $5. I'm done. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna just call the banking and file a dispute. That's all we're gonna do. It's frustrating. So now the fact they're gonna have this one click, we like it. We like it. Get it out of here. Trump is doing some good stuff. That's all I'm saying. You know, things is happening. Daylight savings time out of here. Like, things is moving. That's all I'm saying. This one is going to be an interesting story. I have a lot of friends that dabble in this thing here. Alcohol is third leading preventable cause of cancer and should have warning label, says U.S. Surgeon General. How do we feel about that?
Bullshit.
What does that mean, bro? Like,
it says
people know, right?
According to reports, U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy warned that alcohol is linked to at least 7 cancers, including throat, liver, and colon, and is the third leading preventable cancer cause after tobacco and obesity. Alcohol causes about 100,000 cases and 20,000 deaths annually. Yet most Americans remain unaware.
Who's unaware? Like, do people not know that? Like,
some people are unaware. Absolutely. Like, oh, drinking.
Oh, drinking's fine.
Wow. Well, my liver? What? There's some stupid people out there.
That sounds crazy.
So for me, it's just like, look, is it going to stop a lot of people? No. But it should give you some perspective to kind of slow it down a little bit, I guess. Like, you know, you don't need to be 45 working at CVS and have to go for partying from Wednesday to Sunday. Like, you 19 years old, like, you feel like you got to slow down at some point, bro. You know what I mean?
I feel you, but I don't even think like Gen Zers and stuff like drink.
Gen Zers are squares. Like they really are. Like 100%, bro. They squares.
Like we're like dinosaurs.
Yeah, they look at us like, oh my goodness, you guys are. Well, what did you do? You stayed out in clubs until 5 o'clock, and then you went to work after. Damn. Oh,
I need my 8 hours.
Right. Oh, where's your PTO? You have to call out. No, we don't call out.
Just go to work.
What we do is you wake up after the coma that you in, change your clothes, and you out. Your body resets. People don't understand that your body resets.
Such a fucking lie.
Such a lie, bro.
You know how many times I used to go to work fucked up and not realizing that I was still fucked up because realistically I just got home at 4 and I got to be working 6.
That's the worst feeling in the world.
Like when when you're fucked up still, when your face is still tingling.
Oh my God.
And you still feel the alcohol.
Or not even that. The fact, not even your face is tingling. I've never had that. But the fact that the room is still spinning and you got to be at work.
Shit is bad, bro. So
room still spinning, being at work is the worst.
Nasty, bro.
And that shit doesn't stop because the problems of work just add on to your fucking feeling horrible.
Right.
When you gotta take a nap for lunch is fire.
Yeah,
that's it. That's when you start to heal up. When you take that nap, and you
go to your car and take the nap and then you sweat it out,
and you fucking hydrate yourself. Yeah, you hydrate yourself. Like
that shit bad, son. Start coming out of your pores. Like those are rough days, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, I had a coworker come to work, and I don't think he went to sleep, but he smelled reeked alcohol, and he was blackout drunk.
Jeez.
And I'm like, yo, how are you doing this right now? He's like, what you mean, man? I'm like, nah, bro, go home. He's like, nah, I'm good. I can't call out. I'm like, no, you're not calling out.
They're gonna fire you.
They're gonna fire you. They know you're drunk, bro.
They're building the RICO, bro. That's all they're doing.
They're gonna fire you, bro. Just go home on your own merit. It was bad, bro. I think he got fired that day too.
Silent Assassin, I'm telling you, man. Those days we just drank to pass out. There was never a situation where it's like, well, you know, there's some moderation. I'll take one.
It's not a thing.
It's like, oh, I'll take that, and also that. And then we're going to play some beer pong after. Then we're going to play King's Cup after that. And then whoever got some bud, we're going to go do that. Then we're going to go hit somewhere else and go. And then do some more shots.
Because we came from the era of
no moderation.
Nothing can kill me.
Yeah.
Unless I do hardcore drugs.
Right.
And even so, those people didn't fucking stop. They just went harder.
Right.
So realistically, fuck the next day of work. Honestly, it didn't matter.
So the question is, if in our age there was a warning label on alcohol, would have stopped you?
Nope.
Fucking warning label on cereal. We down that shit still to this day. Frosted Flakes will fucking kill you.
Cereal's so bad for you.
Let me tell you, cereal has always been bad for you.
Has it been?
Yep. Always.
I just thought that they made it out of different stuff now.
If it ain't Raisin Bran, it's bad for you.
Bro.
And everybody hates Raisin Bran.
Yeah, Frosted Flakes will kill you, but it's
Frosted
so
Flakes
good.
will kill you. Cinnamon Toast Crunch will definitely kill you.
It's so good.
Like, you know what I mean? Cocoa Puffs kill you. All of it. Toucan, what's the one with Toucan saying on it? Fruity Pebbles?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, yeah. That should have put you in the ground. So, yeah, but to answer your question, Phil, we would have took that fucking label off the bottle. We would have took it off. Oh, yeah, cancel. Rip that off. Let's go.
We came from they smoked everywhere.
Yeah.
Era.
Yeah, I missed that.
You smoke inside. Everything, you go to the wrong place. Everything's just
bar,
fucking gross. The cigarette machines.
Right.
Like,
bro, we were a generation
of smog
removed from smoking on planes, bro.
Yeah, it stopped with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the plane still had.
We're a generation removed from that, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't. That shit just stays lit the whole flight. Now,
like remember, we were still in the era where you can be able to smoke cigarettes inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
wood panel walls.
Yeah.
You pull this back is nothing but
go to somebody's house and they wallpaper smell like cigarettes. Nasty work.
Fucking gross.
Dark as shit.
You go to certain offices, the whole shit was just cloudy.
Yeah.
But see, you know what? I learned something. That there was a fire that happened a couple months ago. I think it came from Jersey or some shit. It was just blowing through the whole city. And I'm driving through the shit. And I'm like, yo, why does this shit look like old New York? Mad hazy. Like if you took a picture right now, you just had that certain level of haze that we used to have over the city. And it's because there was fucking fire burning everywhere and smut and shit like that. Realistically,
sounds like the 70s.
That's 70s, 80s, and 90s. Really, what it was until they cleaned the shit up. Like, really, it was just fucking horrible. So yeah, I mean, listen, even if it's fucking on there, what are you gonna do?
Just drink responsibly. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on. Final story here. What do we have? Oh, this is an interesting one. Breaking Bad house goes for sale for $4 million. Who would pay $4 million for that? Just because you were a fanboy of the show?
Yeah.
If you had bread, would you do something like that?
Tech Mobiles, yeah. I'd buy a DeLorean. The DeLorean, I'd buy it.
For how much though?
Whatever, $4 million. If it costs that, then I'm gonna go get it.
You would drive it?
With the original fucking pair of fucking Nike Air Mags, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Would I drive it? Maybe once, but then I'm parking it.
1,900 square foot home, 4-bedroom, valued at $343,000. Somebody bought it for $4 million.
In today's market, that's equivalent to,
you gotta relax.
Nah, a fact. Today's market is equivalent to $1.5 million. And it's in the middle of fucking Arizona or New Mexico.
Bro, this is on the market right now for $343,000.
Oh, it's on the market.
Before they bought it for $4 million.
They had a good bidder. But
it's crazy.
You do it.
I would not do it.
You
Wouldn't do it either.
You'd do it.
I would buy the Bat Cave for like $4 million.
Why? It just smells like asbestos and fucking guano.
Where it's infested.
Infested. It's
Cool,
infested. And you can't kill him because God forbid you do that. Pete is coming.
But it's cool though.
There's nothing cool about living in a lair.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You can get away from your family.
What do you want to hide from them for?
Because he's insane.
You instantly made it cooler when you called it a lair.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like you definitely just like
think about it, bro. You
in
in your house and then you can be able to just press a button and go down to the lair. Bruh. Nah, son.
But then you go down to the lair, right?
Right.
You have all this electric shit that you gotta fund, right?
Okay.
You gotta have it charged up. Your bat computer, your bat 2C, and all this shit. And then it's like, oh shit, because I'm monitoring the whole fucking city because I'm Bruce Wayne. I don't have nothing else to do. Let me look and see what crime. Hold, let me press this button.
But that's Bruce Wayne. I'm not using it for that.
So what are you gonna do? Lurk?
Yeah.
You're a fucking creep.
I'm gonna just watch a whole bunch of shows on the big screen. Like, remember, it had like 100 monitors on it, so you can be able to watch mad shows at one time.
That's like
that's fire.
Remember that movie Slither? It was like a Cinemax movie.
Skinemax. It was a
and
Skinemax.
It had one of the Baldwin brothers, and he was like a super.
He was a voyeur.
Yeah, but he had his stash room, and it was like all the hidden cameras in his apartment.
He was a voyeur.
That's you.
I wouldn't do that.
With a Superman or Batman outfit on.
That's nasty work, bro.
And your belly hangs out at the bottom of your outfit.
To just wear a costume and you got nothing going on. Like, you're not going to no Comic-Con. You're just sitting in a costume. That's serial killer shit.
And then you change your voice when you talk as Batman.
Yeah. Honey, you want some food?
What are you doing?
Watching Netflix.
Projecting justice.
Watching Netflix. Listen, I would buy the Batcave or the Fortress of Solitude. I would.
I'd buy the shark cage from Jaws for $4 million.
All right then. So you wasting money too. Don't talk about that. You got some moral fucking compass here.
I never said I did. And that's where you fucked up because you think you do, but you would do it.
Nicole, what'd you buy?
Probably, I think it's on the market to the Home Alone house.
Now you know what? The McAllister house, I would buy that. That house was fire.
That place is huge.
That house was huge, bro.
Yeah, it's a big.
That's a buy. That's a buy.
In Chicago.
And it's in Chicago. Yeah, but it's in a rich place, rich part of Chicago.
What does it matter? Everybody goes to the same Target.
It's a rich part of Chicago.
Everybody goes to the same Target. Bro.
It's different.
There's one Blimpies and everybody goes there.
I would buy that, but I wouldn't buy that piece of shit apartment building in New York, a Home Alone 2. I wouldn't do it.
What? That?
No, not the hotel.
No, the apartment that was under renovation.
That shit was horrible.
That shit was beautiful, bro.
No, it was not.
It's just like a brownstone.
There's a hole in the wall in the middle of the floor.
It was under renovation, bro.
It was under extreme renovation.
Yeah.
There was nothing nice about that place. It's horrible.
All fixed up. That place is probably millions of dollars.
Looked like an old brothel. That's what it looked like. It's bad. I wouldn't pay. I'd pay $5 for that, not $4. I wouldn't do that. But that McAllister house,
yeah, that's
fire. That's fire. That is my irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the
goddamn technology?
Steak.
What's going on with your boy? What's going on with your boy, Silent Assassin? Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me that I wasn't right, because last time I checked, he ain't got no contract yet.
Well, last time I checked, there was still the Mets are probably the most likely fit for him.
Yes.
So he's probably going there. The latest I saw as well from John Heyman is it's not the money, it's the years that are kind of been the stalling point right now. So I think, like I said last show, is if he wants, obviously, the more years, then you got to cut the pay down by a lot and just give him the years. And if it doesn't work out, then what do we do with Max Scherzer and Verlander? We just bought out. Gave him basically away for free.
Right. Here's my thing, is that anybody that hires Scott Boras as their agent, you're looking to get paid. But sometimes you can be able to screw up your own market because certain guys are just not valuable on the open market like that. If Pete Alonso was 26 years old, Pete Alonso would have got the money that he wanted. Pete Alonso was 27 years old, he got the money that he wanted. When Pete Alonso was 28 years old, the Mets said, hey, we'd like to give you a $150 million contract. Pete Alonso said no, because he believed that he would be worth more money if he had a good season and hit free agency. Well, didn't have a good season. He redeemed himself in the playoffs, but an aging, unathletic power bat that did not have a good season in his walk year, below average defender, scares a lot of teams. You know what he does, but can you be able to find that elsewhere? Yeah, you can. First basemen in baseball right now, and here's the comparison, are equivalent to running backs in football. Why would you pay one running back when you can pay three? Why have one when you can have two really good ones? Why have one big superstar running back when you can have three decent ones? First basemen are kind of like the same thing. I can pay you short term and everybody wins. And then for the rest of your career, you'll be able to make that money back. You can make $15 million here, $12 million here, 17 here. For the rest of your career, you can sign one-year deals. That's what Pete Alonso is looking at right now. Is that the Mets want him high AAV, which means annual value of that contract is high. So say he wants a $95 million contract over 3 years. The Mets actually would be comfortable giving him that, right? Because you're giving him the maximum amount of money for the maximum amount of years that you think he's going to be productive at the major league level. At that level. And then after that contract, then he can probably sign one-year deals after that. But he wants the guarantee and the security. I understand. I get both sides of the argument. He feels that he's been a Met his entire life. He's been a lifer. He's been a guy that's been very durable, hasn't really missed much games in his career. You know what I mean? Even when he was hurt, came back early when he should have, right? But I can see it from David Stearns' side is that you're a right-handed power bat. Your value on the open market and your value to us is not that high. If you were left-handed, you'd get your money already. But you're not. So your value continues to drop. It's not a lot of teams that are vying for you. If the Angels want to go ahead and give you $250 million, go. If the Seattle Mariners want to give you $170 million, go. Good luck hitting home runs there. If the San Francisco Giants want to give you a contract, go. Good luck hitting home runs in Yellowstone Park. So at some point, I know that they're going to come to the table. I know that Steve Cohen is going to say, look, let's get this done. Let's bridge this gap. What do you want? How can we be able to kind of compromise and meet in the middle? But for me, I think that there's just more value if they walk away. Call me crazy. Put Vientos there or sign somebody for 1 year. You know, it could be anybody, or just platoon first base until next season. Platoon it. I don't see a big deal with that. Platoon first base, see what happens, and then you can be able to fill it out and then go into the Vladdy sweepstakes next year.
Yeah, also with that too, like, I agree. Obviously, if it gets too crazy, then, it's time to
Right. Because
walk
think
away,
about it.
but-
It depends on, I think the Mets, what do you think about this? I think the Mets should draw a hard line in the sand in regards to not the actual money, but the time frame. We need to build this team out. And the longer your contract stretches, is the less our particular options for different options are available to us. A guy like Anthony Santander, guys via trading, whatever it is. Like, if you continue to wait this out, guys are going to continue to get signed. You're going to miss out. What if we miss out on Jesse Winker?
Yeah, I think they need to, I guess, move on at some point because we don't know what else we can get.
Right.
Because if Pete's gone, then obviously it's a bigger hole to fill, and we
Yeah.
don't know with options available.
And
but
now you're scrambling.
yeah, like, I wouldn't be too opposed to giving him what he wants, but he has to accept the Mets having an option every year up to
Option
few
after
years, yeah.
every, exactly. There needs
So,
to be
yeah.
a player and a team option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so give him the 200, but there needs to be a team option every single year if they want to back out. Then
Right.
it's good because he could be amazing for the next 7 years. You don't know, but also he could be terrible.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, also too the other week, as all the options available now and what's left, I still see Pete being the best for first base. And
Yeah.
so if we want to go for it next year, because now we're going to be kind of World Series or bust from other fan bases and kind of get hate because of the Soto
Yeah,
signing,
we're
so-
contenders. I wouldn't say that we're World Series of bust, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
but like some people might say that because of
Yeah.
Soto, yeah.
But like I said, I would also too. I just can't see him anywhere else. So if he needs to kind of get out of his head, he's not worth what he thinks he is. And
Yeah.
same with Boris. But if he wants to stay here, then he's got to take whatever's on the table.
If this was an older regime, Pete would have got his money. He would have got a 7-year deal just because of his tenure. They want to have him retire as a lifer and all this stuff. But Davis Stearns is a lot more cutthroat and analytical. I actually like that because it's one of those things where it's like he doesn't want to put us in a bad spot. Get the player, yeah, but get the player at your actual your years, your money. So you're not locked into something real bad for the team going forward. Yes, Cohen has the money.
Mm-hmm.
You can be able to kind of like write a check or kind of trade off whatever you want to do. But at some point, keep doing that. You're going to end up just having this bad reputation of signing these bad deals and not knowing how to be able to get out of it the right way. So it's one of those things where it's like, Pete, I understand it. I'm sure he's feeling frustrated. I'm sure he's probably regretting his decision of having Scott Boras as his agent, but he has to look at the value of hitting behind Soto next year. He may fuck around and hit 50 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, now you can be able to possibly go back into free agency if that's what you want. And you might be able to get the deal that you want.
Mm-hmm.
At 31, I don't know. It's hard to say because another year older, our team's really going to look at you and be like, yeah, okay, now we'll give you 200. Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more about it's the Mets or really nothing. Like it's going to be one of those things where I feel like if he doesn't wise up soon enough, he's going to end up like Michael Conforto, thinking that you're going to get a big deal and it doesn't come.
Yeah, just running on 1-year deals.
Right.
Year.
And, now he's with the Dodgers. I get it. But, like, just think about what he passed up being with the Mets. I think didn't he turn on like a 5-year contract or something like that worth like $110 million?
Yeah, it was a $100 million deal. And then with obviously Boris went into next season was terrible.
Right.
Yeah, and then there was like the injury, whatever happened.
And he hasn't recovered since.
So, I don't know, we'll see obviously what happens, but like I said, I would still like to see him back. But if it's too much, we'll figure it out.
I'm with you. Did you hear the rumors that the Mets might be front runners for Roki Sasaki?
I did see that. Yep, and I also saw his agent. Apparently, he's coming to a close down on this season as well. So.
It's gonna be. I think the posting date is the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have. I think he's gonna make his decision within that week or something like that. Listen, if we sign Roki Sasaki, oh man, I'm gonna be hyped because we need him. That kid's good. That kid's good. That's what I'm excited about. I ain't excited about no Pete. I ain't excited about no Pete. Whatever happens, it happens. But Roki, man, oh man, if we get that, man, that's gonna be something big. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask, who is the dummy of the week? Claw.
Hey, how are you?
Who you got?
I got anybody that's hating on that Gelo song.
Why are you coming at me, bro?
I am guilty as charged. If the shoe fits, wear it. What are you gonna do?
This song's not good. What do you want me to say?
It's a vibe, bro. I need you to get in tune. Stop being such a boomer.
So that's the thing. Because it's a vibe. The song is not good.
Song's great.
Give me one bar.
Whoa.
Anything else?
No, that's all we got.
Listen, if you like the Gelo song, cool. If you want to support it, great. I won't be doing so. And anybody that plays that around me is going to get the...
Dummy, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Phil, do you have anybody?
Anyone who has Optimum in Connecticut and can no longer watch the Knicks on that.
Yo! That's nasty work.
Dummy,
look,
yeah.
What did they... How are the Knicks not on MSG?
So I got that a little wrong. So I guess it was a bargaining tactic that they didn't have the Knicks on MSG when we were watching it.
I see. So they were in negotiation.
Right. So they're in negotiation with like Optimum and Altis, and they're basically saying that Optimum is charging people more to have MSG, but MSG never raised their prices.
Wow.
So they finally came back and said, you know what? For this market, we're done. Optimum, you can't even have us anymore. We're done. If you're going to charge people $10 more to have MSG, meanwhile, we're not charging you guys anything more to have us, then we're done. So it's still negotiations, but as of right now, it's shut down.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When are people gonna be done with cable? Like, you paying like $300 for shows and channels that you don't even watch. What about the old lady that lives in Brooklyn that gotta pay all this money and she don't even watch basketball? What is MSG? I only watch CBS. I gotta pay all this money? For what? Listen, I've always said that cable should be you choose your package in regards to how many channels you want. These are I watch 15 channels.
Right.
I'm gonna pay for these 15 channels. Whatever it is, I'll pay it. But I know that those are the channels that I watch. If you're somebody who watches 50 channels, you pay for those 50. That's how cable should be. I don't care about no damn Hallmark channel. I'm not watching that. First off, the movies is garbage. And they're all the same. Right? Especially around Christmas. They got the same plot. It's stupid. You know what I mean? And then when they have their suspense movies, it just doesn't make sense. Right? Lifetime used to be fire. Not fire no more. Right? TLC now that's something I like to watch. You got 90 Day Fiance on there. You got a whole bunch of stuff on there. It's good, right? But damn that, there's a lot of stations that I don't want to watch. Don't force me to do this. I'm not paying no $300 for shows that I don't want.
It's crazy. Now
streaming makes sense, right? You paying? All right, cool. I got the $5, the $10. Just think about it. You can have 10 streaming channels at $10 a pop. Right?
Right.
It's gonna be less than your cable, and you got more shows on there. That's nasty work. That don't make no sense. Cable shouldn't be no more than $50 a month. Seriously. Everybody got it. You still making money?
How are they going to pay out corporate bonuses?
We don't care about that.
Everybody's only paid $50.
We don't care about that.
Bro.
And you know who said that we don't care about that? What's my man's name that shout out to Zio? What's his name?
Oh, Luigi?
Yeah, Luigi said we don't care nothing about that. Right? That's all I'm saying. Don't let somebody else say, you know what, my cable bill too high. Like, you know what I mean? My mom, you know, she had a panic attack because her bill was too high. So now I gotta come see you. Don't let that happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Scary times.
Yo, facts. People get shot for less. That's all I'm saying. So cable, y'all gotta do better.
Dummy. Yeah.
I gotta do better. Yo, cable been high since we was kids. But at least back in the day, we can have the illegal box. Listen, this is what we used to do back in the day, right? I didn't have the illegal box. My cousin had it. So I would hate to watch TV upstairs in my house because I didn't have all the good stuff, right? So Phil knows this. There's a channel, obviously, there's a smut channel. So as a kid, you can be able to click the button and it doesn't give you a black screen. It says channel not available. You see something on the channel.
Very blurry.
And then it kind of like etches out. So if you're a little bastard, like how I was, you would keep clicking.
You flip back. You flip back and forth.
You flip back and forth because you can be able to catch a titty on there. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what cable used to be. It was great. It's no longer great anymore. That's all I'm saying. Make cable great again.
Here we go. Here we go.
Trump, you know what you got to do. Listen, we don't see eye to eye, but if you can be able to fix cable, man, oh man, that goes a long way with me. I might be able to defend you to a lot of people. Say, hey, you don't talk about him like that. All right? He fixed a lot of stuff. Made a lot of things good. All right? Fix cable.
Fix cable.
And maybe me and you can have a conversation. I'll probably defend you to some people that I shouldn't have. Yeah. But cable is out of control. Silence, that's who you got.
I'm going with the Giants, who continue to tank their draft ranking. So possible, I think I seen if they do win this weekend, it'll be like a 9th round pick. I'm like, why are we doing this?
That's
like,
crazy.
I don't understand at all.
That you guys might have a lower pick than the Jets.
Crazy, yes.
Like you guys went from 1 to 5.
Yeah, potentially, and then now to 9 if they do win.
Jeez, that's nasty work.
But it's like, just I know it's the integrity of the game, but just tank. Just keep like jumping at the ball, completely missing it.
Yeah,
just throwing it interceptions and
just
stuff.
Throwing interceptions.
All you have to do is just say blame it on the turf. Well, every time I tried to make a turn, the ball slipped out of my hands and fumbled.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen, your dummy is very adjacent or very similar to mine, but I have a different spin on it because I'm fucking crazy.
Dummy.
May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for Dummy of the Week, Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders gets my...
Dummy.
Now, I like the kid. Like his father, like his whole family. I like the kid's swag. He's a good player, right? But Giants fans need to blame Shador Sanders for what happened to them, okay? Think about this. The man came out and had Giants-themed cleats, right? Because at that point, Giants were the number 1 team, right? They had the worst record in the league. They had the number 1 pick all lined up. All they had to do was lose, right? Shador Sanders come out with these new cleats. Oh, gosh. I visited New York. It was nice. Oh, okay. What ends up happening after that? Giants win the game, right? They drop from 1 to 5. Blame Shador Sanders. He did this to you. Y'all don't believe in jinxes. I do. Okay? I've seen it my whole life with Chris Paul. It's real. Okay? This guy went ahead and jinxed y'all. So I would tell y'all right now, forget about Shedeur Sanders. Because if it's going this bad already and he gets drafted here, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Something's going to happen. The fact that the man put cleats on, I've never seen nothing like this. He put the cleats on his feet, and y'all had the best game of your lives. The whole season, y'all haven't scored this many points, and y'all went nuts. Malik Neighbors looked like OBJ and Randy Moss in the same body. It was crazy.
It was a good game.
A great game, right? So for Giants fans, you over here celebrating like, yo, this is the best game of the season. No. What do we do? And then you're looking for somebody to blame. You're looking at Dable over there with his Ozempic face. And he's like, hey, we played well. We played well. We did what we were supposed to do. We put it all together. Everybody was doing what they had to do, clicking on all cylinders, right? And everybody's like, that's not it. That's not the reason why. Is it Saquon? Did he inspire us with his good play? No, it's not. It's not Saquon. What has made this team feel that they can be able to beat anybody today? Let's think about this. Who was here over the weekend? No. Wasn't Gelo? No. Wasn't Juan Soto? No. Shedeur Sanders was here. Oh, I'm telling you, that's what it is. So please, Giants fans, y'all gotta go right Shedeur and say, don't wear no Giants apparel. Don't even mention the Giants. Because if he does, you're going to go from 5 to 9. And you can forget about drafting a quarterback. You can forget about drafting anybody at 9. No one's going to be there. And then the Jets will slide up there and go get somebody you want. That'd be nasty karma. I'm telling you right now. Giants fans have been clamoring all season. Tank for Shedeur. Tank for Cam Ward. Tank for this. Tank for Travis Hunter. Well, you ain't getting none of those. And you can thank Shedeur Sanders. So, Shedeur, I love you, but you jinxed the Giants. And for me, it's the best thing in the world because I hate the Giants. That is my... Dummy, yeah. No PSA today. You know, it was nice to be back. Nice to have the crew in here. It's good. Miss Claw. Miss GQ Phil. I don't miss Silence. That's us here all the time. That was rude. That was very rude.
I'll take a PSA while we're at it. Thanks.
Nice.
In your absence, make him miss you.
Who?
What?
Who misses what?
What? Good night, folks. Have a good week. It's a great show. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Listen, I say it all the time. I think your dog is one of the nicest dogs I've ever seen.
Here we go.
Beautiful. Like, the way you guys even groom the dog is really, you can tell that dog is well taken care of. The fact that the dog eats bird food and it doesn't even really eat real food.
It eats real food.
Like, it's amazing to me. The blueberries and the wheat grass. All of these things that you feed the dog. Hey, that whatever works, right? Dog is healthy. But man, the things that I see that dog
don't do it.
I just have to wonder.
I'll tell you now.
Why is the dog so dumb?
I'm out of here.
Like, you just got to accept it. Some people's children are stupid. Like, listen, as a parent, right? If you do have a stupid child, you have to accept it. You can try to, do things that intervene, tutoring, spending more quality time, maybe getting them off the gadgets for a while and making them actually do some critical thinking. But to the core of that child, they're an idiot. And you can't stop the train once it's out of the station. That's all I'm saying.
You just gotta love them and accept them for who they are. That's my PSA. Love and accept the people in your life for who they are, no matter if they're stupid, no matter if they no matter if they have high cable bills, no matter if they have all of these things that you don't agree with. It's fine. Accept. That's what 2025 is. Acceptance. Okay? 2025. Acceptance. You know that your friend Barry Grant Jr. is a crazy man. You have to accept me for who I am. You can't say, oh, I don't want to be a part of it. No. You're in it. Accept me. Accept all the people in your lives that, they don't vote or, they watch weird shows. They watch crime docs all day long and they think that they can be able to solve any case. Those people. Or the people that watch game shows all day long. That's stupid as well. But you have to accept them, right? Acceptance. It's 2025. That's my motto. See, I have to accept Claw for all of his shortcomings, failures. So, until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.
My son is the champ, so get over it.